Here today at Red Elephant, we're doing a group run with 4 other rigs. This is located off of I-70, and we got Lexus today, 100, 2 Jeep Rubicons, and the 1010 F-150. Take a look at some of these rigs. There's Jeff over there in his brand new Jeep Rubicon Recon on 35s, and we got this Lexus or Toyota 100 series, and then we got John in Rubicon on 35s, and the truck on 35s. So everybody's on 35s, and we're getting ready to head on up, tie this over to Billmore. How was it? Man.
On the same spot. Is that clear now?
Let me, yeah, there, hold on, hold on, Jeff. Yeah, perfect, nice, crawled right up it. Nice, Jeff.
Dude, that's hard to do.
Killed that. Woo! That was a struggle bus for me. There's a million videos on there, stuff like this. Yeah,
Yeah, I just want to say for the record, I don't agree with this plan. No. It's not just for the record.
You're so headstrong on staying up here by yourself.
I think you should come back with us, talk to your wife, get her to pick you up, go get tires tomorrow, and then you got to figure out how to get them back.
Not much trouble. We haven't seen anybody come by since we've been up here.
That's the most logical thing.
Well,
the guys that came up here just got $100,000 in side by side and a $100,000 truck on the road. They're not going to smash on it.
oh no, I don't think they would. Well, we do have some problems here today. We're on Red Elephant and everything went sideways today. The guy that with the Lexus, he had a power steering problem in the very beginning, and basically his power steering went bad, so he bailed off the trail. And me and the other two Jeeps, we got up to here, and right up in there I ended up getting a gash in a tire. And what I found out is we changed it, then we backed down in here, and then the other tire gashed. So literally I just got like these tires are horrible. Apparently they're just super weak, which it sucks. I bought them from eBay, and these are supposed to be 10-ply tires with 3-ply sidewalls. Well, we got a problem, Houston, because this is completely blown out. So there's no way you're going to do anything with that. And then we got a spare 35 right here. This is you know, these tires have been pretty good, but that's the spare 35 mud terrain. And then now we got this one over here, and now this one's blown out too. What we got right here is this blew out right here. So I mean, put some plugs in there.
Is that the way we came up to it?
I don't know about all that. So
I don't like how tippy it gets on that one.
I decided to stay with the truck basically. And I don't want to leave my truck up here. Let me get this little cleaned up. Because people in Colorado, they've been known to destroy vehicles, break windows, and mangle them. So I decided to stay with the vehicle. But I'm trying to get a game plan together, because what I think I'm going to probably do is I think I'm going to actually try this tire. I'm going to work on it some more, but I want to let it cool down. And another thing, it's a Sunday, so I don't, you know, if I have to come down out of here, I want to leave it up here on a weekday where people won't mess with it. I just have to, I'm going to probably have to buy a tire possibly and bring it up here, or 2 tires, and I'll have to figure that out. But a part of me wants to just see if this is going to work and try to carefully drive out of here. But these tires are garbage. Another thing is, I think the heat has really affected them. It's literally in the 90s up here today, which is really unusual. So that's how it is going to be right now. But my buddies, they offered to let me get a ride out of here, but I didn't want to do it. I wanted to stay with the vehicle, and I can always hike out of here and get the old girlfriend to pick me up. But for now, we're up here stranded. I knew this day was going to happen, but it'll happen to anybody. You'll eventually have one of those days. There's some guys up here trying to get through this.
A little bit more. Stop.
But we'll figure it out. Well, this tire, I got one bead off. One bead is, but this is being really stubborn here, and you know, we're going to be up here like for the night, basically, and I'm going to use all my resources. We're going to chainsaw this damn thing off here, and we'll just come around. I got a hole through here. I'm just going to come around the outside of this, and because my goal is tomorrow is going to hike down out of here, bring up another tire on the ATV, and I want this ready to be mounted up. We're going to mount it up. So let's get going with this. Actually worked pretty good, really. Might have dulled the chain a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. There we go. We still got to get this off here, but it's going to be a lot easier now. And there's a dead mud train right there. That's very dead. That is beyond dead. Well, we got the tire off here, and I've mounted up these rims before, my own, with spoons and water and soap, but it's pretty tricky to do it without the proper gear. And we got a knife and a big hammer and some tools here. This rim here, it's a bit scuffed up on the edge, but I gotta tell you, this is why I do like steel rims, because I had to actually drive on it to get off the trails over here, so I didn't block the trail. But like, I got a file. I'm lucky I got a file. I'm gonna just go around here and get all the burrs out of here. But the rim is ready to be mounted up with a new tire. I'm walking down the trail now and just getting an idea, because once I get the tire fixed tomorrow, we're going to come up here in the four-wheeler, bring the tire up, and then we're going to mount it up. We're going to be coming down all this stuff. I'm just basically looking at it again, and any boulders that I can move that are going to be in the way, like smaller stuff, I'm just throwing it off, because I want to get out of here, and I don't want to tear up the vehicle getting out of here. If I can do a little prep work, I will. This area is really tricky. I actually had to winch through this area. Well, people are putting straps around there, but I winched off right up there at that tree right there. Put a tree saver on, but yeah, this is a really gnarly area right here, and you can see people are hitting this. Of course, another thing is, literally when we got here, it was like 95 degrees. So it was really hot up here, but yeah, it's hard to get up over this. You can just see, the video just doesn't do it justice, but you kind of got to go, it's going to be a little tricky getting through here, because I got to come down through all this. But on a good note, I found some trail loot. I always like to look at for trail loot, and it's a little jammed up with some grit, but I'm gonna clean it out. But yeah, I mean, that's a little bit of trail loot, so it's actually a good sign. It's a good sign. But yeah, I got to come down through here tomorrow, and I'm probably gonna stack a few rocks like in this hole, because this trail here is a freaking, it's all dry dirt right now and rocks, and it's like, whatever you stack or whatever you do, we're just doing it to get out of here. Somebody will come up and just throw the rocks everywhere anyway. So, but tomorrow's Monday, and that's good, because there's probably gonna be very few anybody up here, and that'll be good, because we're gonna be coming down. And then here's some stuff. Here's a zip tie. We'll carry that out of here. It's kind of a bummer. There's so much garbage on this trail. I've been picking up what I can, but then once I get through there, and you can see it now, it's pretty rugged right there. Once I get through there, this won't be too bad. A couple 100 feet of some pretty gnarly stuff, and then it'll be pretty easy, and then down there it's not too bad. Yep, I'm just walking up and looking at the obstacles that come down out of here, and I just looked down, and this is literally like right down in here on the trail. Look at this thing, this massive nail. This is literally like just sitting right down here, like barely popping up. I look down, I'm just trying to find some more trail loot, and here's some more trail loot right here. This big old monster nail. People just driving up over the top of this thing right here. Could have just spiked right through their tire. We're gonna pack that out of here, that's for sure, because I don't want nobody to run into that. That's freaking nuts. Well, it's about 8 o'clock now at night, and the sun's going down, but it's still pretty warm up here. But I'm gonna be spending the night. In my truck. I got a full tank of gas. I've got a couple space blankets. I've got a couple different jackets, a hat, plenty of food, plenty of water. You know, could have a fire out here for a couple hours, but it's pretty dry, and I'm not going to mess with it. I got my chainsaw and plenty of stuff to start a fire, but I'm just going to chill in the truck. The truck seat goes back, so you know you can sleep pretty good. If it gets too cold, I'll just turn the truck on, let it run for a while. But what we're doing here is this rim right here. It's a steel Ford rim. We're right over here, and that tire blew. I had to get it off the trail and get it over into this area so I'm not blocking the trail. So I had to drive on this on a completely flat tire, and that's what I tell you. I really love the steel rims because there's just a few nicks in here, and what I'm doing is just running my file along here and just getting the burrs off. But like the rim, and it's a factory refurbished Ford rim, there's literally like no damage on this bead right here, this lip right here. There's a few little mini burrs, but really, you know, these steel rims are heavy, but I'll tell you what, man, they're built like a brick shit house. So you know, that's a good thing. You know, if it would have had some tires that weren't a bunch of, you know, fake, you know, saying it was a 3-ply sidewall when really it's more like a 1-ply sidewall. So, you know, then I wouldn't even blown out a tire here. Instead, now we're down 2 tires, got the spare on there, and then we got this rim is ready to go for tomorrow. So the plan is to get up early and meet the girlfriend down there at 8 o'clock. Probably be about an hour hike down, maybe 45 minutes, depending. I'm gonna boot it on down there. I'm do a lot of hiking and work outdoors and manual labor for a living, but I've been mountain climbing since I was 17. But anyway, boot it down there and then head back into Denver. I got to call around tire shops. I got to find a 315 7516. And then my buddy, he's going to bring me up with a 4-wheeler. We're going to put the tire on the front. We're going to mount it up on this rim. And then we're just very carefully going to turn the truck around. And we're just going to slowly descend down out of here. Him and the 4-wheeler, me in the truck. Probably have him spot me through some areas. And get this bad boy back to pavement. Air everything up fully. And get the hell out of here. So that's the plan for tomorrow, and hopefully it'll work out. But it's starting to get a little chilly out here now, but it's not too bad. But I think the low tonight is 54 up here, and I gotta look at the altitude, but on Onyx. But I think we're probably around 10,000 feet right here. I'll double check, but it's. You know, right now it's June 15th, I think. So, but usually when Denver is in the high 90s, up here will be, you know, 50 or 60 at night. But it's a good time to actually break down up here because it's so warm. But like I say, you can always sit in your vehicle as long as it runs, and this does run excellent. Stay in there all night. You can let it run all night. I got a full tank of gas. I always start a trail with a full tank of gas just for that reason. This tank here is 25 gallons, and when this thing is idling, it'll run for days. It really doesn't use a lot of gas, you know, when it's idling. But nice thing about having a vehicle. But anyway, getting the burrs off, and we're getting ready to get tomorrow morning, get moving on this project. Get recovered and get the hell out of this bad boy. Well, I'm in the truck now, and actually, I started it up, and it's surprisingly warm in here right now. But what I do have, and I can find it right here. We got a hat. And we got some winter gloves, and then I have like a raincoat as well. But what I've got, and I'm going to try here, is I basically got this space blanket that's I've had. I've got another space blanket, but this is basically a sleeping bag space blanket to where you can open it up and get in it. So a lot of times these will give you some extra heat, you know, reflect heat back, maybe give you about 10 degrees more warmth. So I can easily start up the truck and run it, you know, all night, but I just don't feel the need to. I might just start it up and, you know, whenever I get cold, run it for 20 minutes, half hour, and then basically shut it off. But I'm gonna try this space blanket and see. It might be just too clammy, and might just be too much. But the truck's running really good, and like I say, we got plenty of fuel. So, but matter of fact, right up here, we actually have, surprisingly, we have really good internet up here. So I've been kicking back, watching some YouTube videos, and getting ready to go to bed here pretty soon. I'm pretty damn tired, and we're going to get up at 6 and then just boot it out of here. I don't know how long it'll take, but I don't think it'll take no 2 hours, but I don't mind just sitting down there on the highway and waiting for the extraction. And then we got to head back to the big city and get a new tire and get back up here. It's early morning now. Around 6 a.m. I'm descending down from off the truck, heading down, and I'm gonna have my girlfriend pick me up the bottom here. I don't know how long it's gonna take to hike, but I'm moving along pretty good. Should be able to knock this hike out in about 45 minutes, and that's not too bad. But it's a beautiful day, but the nice thing is it's a lot cooler today, so we're not going to be dealing with literally 95 degrees up here at all. Like yesterday was just an oven up here. It rarely does it get that hot up here in these places. We're just experiencing a serious heat wave. So right now, we're just descending down out of here at a nice little clip. And get down to the bottom here, get out of here. There's I-70. It only took 40 minutes to get down. We really weren't way up on the trail, which is a good thing, because a lot of trails you'd be walking for hours and hours and hours, days to get off, depending on where you broke down. But I wasn't that high up there, so that's good. I'm just gonna get picked up here, run back to Denver, and look around for a tire. Well, not a bad little place to wait right here. This is Clear Creek, and it's literally a raging river right now with all the snow melt. It's just way up. Many days of 90 degrees, and it's just turned into a rager. Got Robert right here. We're getting ready to unload this vehicle and throw on a four-wheeler and go on up. There's the new tire. We're bringing that up. Got this dialed diesel Dodge to go up in and head up that way and take the tire up. Got my buddy's truck right here. We just cruised on up. Trailer. Worst case scenario too, I could always get the truck on here if need be once I get it down. Then we got the four-wheeler right here with the spare tire. tire mounted and we failed. So we got Robert here coming down. The tire flipped up. It's okay. And we got to get it out of here with the, we strapped it on, but we got to get it out of here. So it's going on. This is day number 2. We're going to bail down out of here. We'll get it mounted up tomorrow. Because I can't get it on for the tire spoons, and I don't know why, because I've done it before and I'm beat. You know, it's gonna cool down tomorrow, but like it's just gonna keep going, and we can't get it on there. So we got big spoons, we tried everything, it sucks shit. So we're gonna have to keep working. Well, we're day 3 here of the recovery. Could not get the tire to get on the rim with the spoons, and I've done it before. I don't know if this tire is super rigid. It's like a 10-ply, 3-ply sidewall, but I don't have any idea. We couldn't get it on. Took it to his tire shop, got it mounted, but it's amazing is this down here. The old mine shaft just drops straight down, and it's good 50 feet down in here. Usually these are covered, but it's so big I guess they couldn't. But yeah, if you fell down in there, it'd be all bad. Just walking along the top here carefully. And then that back there was the mine cone. Working our way up.